Hello and welcome to A Tale of Two Cities. Islamabad, which is the capital of Pakistan, and Birmingham, which is Britain's second city. We'll start off with some old clips of what Islamabad looked like in the older days. Islamabad was not built till the 1960s, so it is the area of Rawalpindi, which is now a suburb of Islamabad, and a surrounding farmland. This will be followed by some old pictures and videos of what Birmingham looked like in former times. During the Mughal era, Rawalpindi had remained under the rule of the Gurkha clan, who in turn pledged allegiance to the Mughal Empire. But in 1765, the ruling Gurkhas were defeated and the city came under the Sikh Empire. However, in 1849, the Sikh Empire was defeated by the British East India Company. At the dawn of Pakistan's independence in 1947, following the success of the Pakistan movement, Rawalpindi was awarded to Pakistan. Rawalpindi's Hindu and Sikh population, who had made up about 50% of the city, migrated en masse to newly independent India after Hindu and Sikh pogroms in western Punjab, while Muslim refugees from India settled in the city following anti-Muslim pogroms in northern India. Rawalpindi was then chosen as the headquarters for the Pakistan Army. After Pakistan's independence, Pakistan decided that it wanted a new capital and it would build it from scratch. This was Islamabad, and the site chosen for it was next to Rawalpindi. last 200 years or so has seen Birmingham rise from market town to the fastest growing city of the 19th century. By the 20th century, Birmingham had become the metropolitan hub of the United Kingdom's manufacturing industries. Industries flourished as Birmingham became known as the city of 1,000 trades and the engine room of the UK. It played a major role in the Industrial Revolution, leading the way in manufacturing. The canal network was key to the Industrial Revolution, with many of the routes created during the 18th and 19th centuries. The waterways allowed heavy goods, including coal and iron, to be transported to different parts of the city, notably linking up with the Grand Union Canal, which starts in London and ends in Birmingham. Birmingham is located near the coalfields of northern Warwickshire and is the centre of the UK's canal system. Due to these fantastic transport links, Birmingham became an increasingly large part of a global economy. Products from Birmingham found their way all over the world. Since the 1970s, the importance in Birmingham's manufacturing industry has declined. The city has become more diverse and now operates predominantly in service industries, retail and tourism. Today, the retail sector makes up a large proportion of the city's economy.
And I say it's alright, little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely.
Welcome to Pakistan's mega mall.
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like it burns. So give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow. Might be that another day.
Right guys, we have made it to Islamabad's mega mall. Now, when we could see this place driving up on the taxi here, we could not get over how big this. There's 3 of these. It looks absolutely
So
huge.
big. I've never been to a mega mall before.
No.
This is, well, it's mega.
Mega. Right guys, we've made it into the mall and quite frankly,
We
we're
don't know where to
We don't know where to start. Look at this place.
It's so big. We've come in from down here. There's already loads of shops, some really nice shops as well.
I'm not sure if we've come in the best entrance. I feel like, I don't know, we're going to get lost in here, but let's explore.
Let's explore. It's kind of exciting though.
Right, our plan is we were going to go all the way to the top, but actually instead I think we're going to mooch around until we find a bit that looks like an appropriate place to start. I'd love to see like a notice board or something so we can see what's here, which I'd be surprised if they didn't have.
I don't think there is a place to start. I think it's just, it's huge. But I tell you something, you could get whatever you needed here.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely
I'm sure
anything.
some people would come to Pakistan and think like you couldn't get like all your bits that you wanted, but that is just not true.
You definitely could.
It's
You definitely
literally
could.
not true.
I'm already seeing a lot of shops that we actually have in the UK, like the Entertainer we've got. You've got obviously your premium shops, Boss, there we go. What else do we just want? A
There's
Swarovski,
loads
like a jewellery
of
shop.
shops, like shoe shops, clothes shops, they're all like big brands, like not just like designer brands, but you know, big ones that you have in lots of different
Like,
countries.
look at all these really big. Oh, there's
That's where
the
we
shop.
got our clothes
That's
from
where we got our
down there.
clothes chain. We love that.
That was in Lahore.
Yeah. But I think we're going to head all the way to the top, see what's what, and then work our way down. It seems the best way to start. There is one thing that I wanted to do when I was here, and that is sit in these massage chairs. However, we're trying to work out if the people sat down are having a massage or testing them out to see if they want to buy one. I mean, I feel like they could just be chilling having a massage there, which I think would be a very nice thing to do on an afternoon in Islamabad. But Eve doesn't think so.
No, I'd be up for it. I just want to explore a bit more before I go and sit on a...
A few weeks ago, during a trip to the area, I visited Resorts World, not for some reason Resort World singular, on the outskirts of Birmingham. If I remember rightly, there used to be a corridor through to the other side of the mall here that's since been blocked off. We'll come back to that. The complex is home to an outlet mall, hence this video, 18 bars, a ton of restaurants, a spa, an IMAX cinema, and a luxury hotel designed in conjunction with a Feng Shui master. According to the Birmingham Mail, Resorts World has lost 2/3 of its shops since it opened, which puts it squarely in dead mall territory, which has just 1 or 2 stores remaining inside. Is it even fair to call somewhere like that a mall anymore? And if not, what do we call it? That it gives us some kind of perverse thrill to see the machine of capitalism being destroyed and the source of our alienation being undone. His point of view might be a bit too bleak for me. I'm of a more nostalgic and sentimental school of thought, but it's an interesting one.
Is here in Birmingham. Welcome to Birmingham, the UK's second largest city. With a population of 1.2 million and climbing, Birmingham ranks as the UK's second largest city. With a crime rate percentage higher than London, let's explore Birmingham and find out whether or not it really is one of the most dangerous places to live in the UK. So, as beautiful as Birmingham city centre is, Birmingham does have an underbelly, with one of the highest crime rates in the United Kingdom. The crime rate percentage is actually higher than London. Birmingham certainly scores as one of the most dangerous places to live in the United Kingdom. Security on the streets of Birmingham. Not only is Birmingham home to some of the highest crime rates to be found in the United Kingdom, it is also home to some of the highest rates of homelessness and poverty. Well guys, that was Birmingham city centre. As you all know, most people don't actually live in the city centre, so let's head out to some of those residential areas and explore where the people of Birmingham actually live. Well guys, I've been joined here by 2 of Ben's American viewers. Say hello to Isaiah and Maddie.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So guys, what's brought you to Birmingham today, and what's your thoughts?
We were recently in Norwich, which is when we were there, it was sunny, friendly, welcoming. This is sort of the dichotomy, right? The opposite.
Really, yeah.
So to see the polar opposites, it's really.
It gives you a better view of Britain, but yeah.
Was it what you was expecting?
Not
No.
at all.
This? No.
No.
Okay.
Not at all. This
Okay.
is much dirtier
So
than I was expecting.
are Americans aware of the situation in the UK with, you know, areas like this, very sort of deprived and poverty stricken?
I would say not at all. In fact, almost the opposite. Almost every American, at least that I know, wants to be more like the UK.
They
From
really
what
have
I've seen
big,
here.
beautiful castles and
It's all fairy tale land.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It's like Harry Potter.
I'm sure
That's
there's
it.
like dragons flying around here somewhere.
St. George will be over there somewhere slaying the dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've touched base on the ground now, guys, and you've seen the realities of life in Birmingham for some people. And it's eye-opening and shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it really is. It's sad. It's honestly sad because I can see Britain is a great country, and just to see some places like this be forgotten is really sad.
Oh, bless you guys. Yeah, no, it is sad. Well, thank you ever so much for your time there, Maddie and Isaiah. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. There behind me, guys. Birmingham just seems to be like one big rubbish dump. The moment you step outside the city centre, there's just rubbish and crap everywhere. I've never seen anything like it. Well, there you go, guys. Fill your street with friendliness. This is the entrance to one of the recreation areas here in Birmingham. Do you think you'd bring your kids down here for a play in the park here? It's just some dumped. It's like a full-on old lorry flatbed. Look, It's the wheel arches.
Doing? Oh right, you're not doing that here, are you? You can't do that on the street. Ridiculous. See what I mean, people?
Spaces. The situation has deteriorated to the point where walking through certain areas means navigating around towering piles of decomposing waste, accompanied by a pervasive and nauseating stench. Residents have expressed growing concerns over the surge in rodent activity, fearing the spread of disease as rats and mice scavenge through the discarded refuse. Many worry that even after the rubbish is eventually cleared, these pests may seek refuge inside homes in search of food, posing a long-term public health hazard. One resident shared his distressing experience, explaining how people from neighbouring houses have been dumping their waste directly in front of his property. Even children have joined in, contributing to the growing heap. The situation took a dangerous turn when someone set fire to the pile, causing damage to the corner of his home and surrounding fences. Had the fire brigade not responded quickly, the blaze could have engulfed his entire house. The current state of Birmingham's streets is deeply concerning.
Agora! Agora! Agora o grudadinho.
Now this is Islamabad by night. We'll have a little walk around and show you what it's like.
जगह में नहीं छोटे, एक जगह में नहीं, अलग अलग।
Esta noche quiero bailar sobre la arena. No sé una ajena, no sé nada más. Ven pa' acá, y ahora tómame la mano que tú eres cosa buena. Esta noche.
जैसे कि इसका नाम बस्ती है, इसके अंदर आपको काफी चीजें भी बहुत सारी देखने को मिलेंगी। वैरायटी ऑफ रेस्टोरेंट आपको यहाँ पे देखने को मिल जाएगी। इंडोर एम्बियंस की बात करें तो इंडोर एम्बियंस में काफी यूनिक टच दिया गया है, जैसे आप देख सकते हैं।
इस्लामाबाद के इस खूबसूरत व्यू में मौजूद दी डॉम रेस्टोरेंट पे आपको अफ्तार कम डिनर बुफे दिया जा रहा है, जिसको आप इस्लामाबाद का मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव बुफे भी कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पर आपको 80+ डिशेस दी जा रही हैं। आउटडोर एम्बियंस तो वैसे ही बहुत खूबसूरत है, लेकिन इंडोर एम्बियंस की क्या ही बात है। यहाँ पर ना तो सिर्फ पाकिस्तानी डिशेज है, बल्कि आपको डिफरेंट कंट्रीज की भी आइटम्स खाने को मिलेंगे। और लाइव
ये इनकी नानबाज जो कि काफ़ी गर्म है। ये है सेक्टर D12 में मौजूद डेरा डेरी, जहाँ की इतनी हाइप सुनने के बाद मैंने सोचा आज इसे ट्राई करते हैं। व्यूज़ बहुत खूबसूरत हैं, लॉन इनका बहुत प्यारा बना हुआ है, इंडोर आउटडोर दोनों सेटअप है इनके पास। देसी के लिए ये लोग बहुत मशहूर हैं। लेट्स सी, स्टार्टर मेन्यू हमारा आ चुका है, टाकोस ट्राई करने लगे।
शकरपड़िया की ओपनिंग है 20 अगस्त दोपहर 12 बजे। आप लोग आ सकते हैं और इस्लामाबाद के सबसे खूबसूरत रेस्टोरेंट में इस्लामाबाद का सबसे पसंदीदा गाना दमपोख आप लोग
For this video, that couldn't be more true, as we took a look around one of the most dangerous towns in the UK, and that's Walsall. Walsall is a market town in the West Midlands. It's about 10 miles north of the centre of Birmingham, and like a lot of the Black Country, it's showing serious signs of post-industrial urban decay. According to crimerate.co.uk, Walsall has a crime rate of 152, which is worse than Birmingham, believe it or not, and more than double the UK average, so it's pretty bad. Walsall is also struggling with poverty, being ranked as the 25th most deprived area in the whole of the country. It's called Dawson Street. Now, the national media has recently described Dawson Street and the surrounding area as Britain's roughest estate, where knife-wielding yobs run wild, among other things. And the local media feel the same as well, calling it a hellhole. And honestly, it scared me. The moment I walked into Dawson Street and filmed the street sign, a woman told me to F off, and then she started making a call on her phone, and I heard her say, "They're filming right now, come and see." I didn't want to find out who she was calling, so I made a quick exit, and I didn't get as much footage from that street as I would have liked. But as you saw, there are boarded up houses, there's junk everywhere, and it probably is as bad as the media is making out. Here is some footage from the surrounding area, which doesn't get much better. Yes, that was a flat rat in the kids' park, and there have obviously been several fire pits burning at night. There are around 400 crimes reported every month just in Blakeney alone, most of which are violent offences and antisocial behaviour. I googled the latest news feed for the area, and it was nothing short of shocking. Welcome to UK Explored. For this video, we visited one of the most requested areas from you lot, the viewers, and that's Smethwick. Smethwick is a town in the borough of Sandwell, and it's just 4 miles west of Birmingham city centre. To say it's an interesting area would be an understatement, in my opinion. Walking around Smethwick, honestly, the first thing that shocked me was how much litter was everywhere and how just about every public space had been fly tipped in. Something I saw in several spots around Smethwick as well were these piles of canisters with balloons by them. I believe this is something called ballooning, where people fill the balloons with gas, then inhale it to get high. The amazing thing is that there were several businesses open and operating, like this one here, who I'm not going to show you the name of, whose properties literally look worse than the city tip where I live, in my opinion. Something positive that Tipton may now be famous for could be having the wonkiest pub in the country. The Crooked House in Himley was the most famous slanting pub, but that burned down recently in somewhat suspicious circumstances. I've been doing some research and I think the Tilted Barrel in Tipton now takes that title. The Tilted Barrel Inn was built back in 1820. It subsided sometime after it was built, but obviously it's stable enough to be used, and it even has a Grade 2 listed building status. Honestly, on the day when we filmed the Tilted Barrel, I assumed it was an old pub that had closed down, but it was interesting enough to film. As you can see, some of the signage is falling off, it has broken windows, plants growing out of the brickwork, and the back of the pub is boarded up and it looks like it's been used as a dumping ground. But checking their Facebook page and Google, the pub is very much open, so I would love to hear from anyone that's been in there and what it's like. The decline of the town centre or shopping centre.
This dad was stabbed to death by a machete-wielding gang as he protected his son from his former friends. The pair were rammed outside a KFC drive-thru and had to run away on foot.
Now, postcode wars have led to outbreaks of serious violence over the past 4 years, including attempted murder, wounding and firearm discharges. Gang members have bragged about their exploits and issued threats to rivals on social media and drill music videos posted on YouTube. At the centre of the conflict are 2 gangs, RB7 and C2, which have been linked to dozens of violent firearms and knife-related incidents. RB7.
8 British men have pleaded guilty to one of the most brutal ambush attacks the UK has seen. They used machetes, bats, knives and even a gun at close range, targeting 5 men sitting in a car in Walsall. This wasn't random. It was a planned attack, a gang operation.
Chucked a machete.
Midday in Smethwick. A quiet street, a computer shop and a Ford Fiesta that doesn't stop. The doors fly open. Men in balaclavas jump out, 2 holding axes, 2 holding shotguns. Within seconds, glass shatters. The axes hit first, smashing through windows and doors. Then come the blasts. The gunmen step inside and open fire. It looks random, but it isn't. This wasn't just a robbery. It wasn't even about money. It was personal. A planned hit tied to an ongoing family feud, one that didn't care about CCTV, witnesses, or the fact it was broad daylight. The man behind the wheel was Jamal Hussein. After the shots were fired and 2 men were left bleeding, he fled the...
Today we are in Wolverhampton, which is a city and metropolitan borough in the West Midlands, England, located 12 miles northwest of Birmingham. You may have only heard of the football club Wolves when you heard about the city. However, despite not hitting mainstream media, Wolverhampton is one of the most dangerous cities in the West Midlands. Park. There's a deadly war going on in the city, and today I'll be doing a deep dive into the different gangs who operate in the city, as well as their rivalries. Now, Black Gang is a gang located in All Saints, as well as Parkfield's WV2 postcode. Their main allies are Firetown and Bandits. Their main rivalries are the following: Park Village, Eastfield Boys, Dovecoats, and Cedar Grove. Their most famous rapper is M. Luce, who recently racked in 400k plus views on his own channel with his song, I'm the Reason. Now, the Triz Gang are based in the Lee Sowles, Merrydale Court, Jeffcock and Dell Street estates in the WV3 postcode. They are allied with the Glenworth Boys. Their main beefs are with black gangs.
Now, Birmingham is one of England's major cities. It's located within the West Midlands and often attracts a lot of tourism from people don't know about is the ongoing gang war within Birmingham, resulting in the gun and knife crime statistics soaring, with Birmingham even being labeled the gun capital of England, following a surge in gun-related crimes around the late 2010s. With two gangs battling for the control of Birmingham's underground crime scene, these two gangs going by Nine Boys and AR nowadays, with the beef even dating back to the 1980s, after two street gangs being the Johnson Crew and Burger Bar Boys would have a fierce rivalry. Due to how long these gangs have been around, I won't be including Burger Bar's and Johnson's full rivalry. However, I'll be covering the new generation of these gangs, who have basically carried on the same beef with the new generation of each gang beefing each other. The beef between these two sides, till this day, has proven to be just as deadly as it was in the late 1990s. Now, Nine Boys is a large street gang based around multiple areas within Birmingham. This includes the Newtown, Aston and Lozells area within the B19 postcode. The gang is often referred to as many different names. In the 2000s, the gang would be referred to as the Johnson Crew and would have a fierce and deadly rivalry with the Burger Bar Boys, who were based around Hands.
This is the heart-stopping moment a gang armed with machetes and a shotgun raided a rival's headquarters full of cocaine and heroin worth £225,000 in Birmingham. They had emerged from an Audi and a BMW before kicking open the door in Spark Hill, a property used to prepare drugs for onward sales, with the group controlling 6 separate drug lines across the city. The chilling footage shows a machete-wielding thug attempting to stab 2 men after a massive Wild West-style brawl broke out on a Birmingham street. The alarming scenes were caught on camera after violence erupted, involving up to 20 people in broad daylight in Spark Hill, Birmingham last week. A Birmingham dad asked, "Why me?" after waking in the middle of the night to find criminals stripping his car for the 3rd time in 2 years. Jeremy Merkel stirred at 3 a.m. on Sunday, August 17th, as 2 men started dismantling his Volkswagen Golf GTI outside his Sutton Coldfield home.
Now, 3 people have been arrested in Birmingham after a man was filmed indiscriminately shooting fireworks from a rocket launcher, all at passers-by.
West Midlands Police said that groups involved in firework-related incidents on the same night had also targeted officers and police vehicles, and that officers later seized illegal fireworks from a van in the Handsworth area of the city. I mean, good grief, what is going on in this country?
This one's about to lit, it's about to lit. That one there, guys, look at this one. Look at this one, look at this one.
It's been described as the Battle of Brum. Videos of groups launching fireworks at each other are going viral on social media, and West Midlands Police are cracking down on the behaviour as bonfire night approaches. Police in riot gear attended an outburst. 2 officers suffered injuries and 9 people were arrested. It comes as other videos have emerged from the city showing fireworks being fired at a block of flats. Police say they'll be using stop and search powers to bring any other incidents under control.
This is why the food awards in England is a joke. So this place, McCann, won something. They do roasted chicken, which is kind of like fried chicken, like Albeit, but this was very poor. So you get roasted chicken, you get some crispy potatoes. Well, they're supposed to be crispy, but have a look at these guys. They were so floppy. I was with Birmingham's unofficial representatives for good food, so Bearders and Halal Munchie. And I was annoyed at these drinks. I honestly don't remember why.
Sat here with the shawarma king over here, or shawarma.
The chicken was fresh, but it had absolutely no flavour whatsoever. So this is not something that I would go back to again. Don't know how this could win any award, if I'm being completely frank with you. This is getting a generous 4 out of 10. Skip this place, go somewhere else.
This Indian takeaway in Birmingham has been voted the worst takeaway in the UK. My partner was very unwell after eating a jalfrezi from here. I'm not gonna lie, that does not look like a jalfrezi. Food was so oversalted it blistered my tongue and the whole meal was thrown out. Wife's portion was barely half a ladle in the bottom of the tub. Naan was burnt and side of chips were limp and saturated with oil. You have been warned. That is absolutely gross and I have no idea what that is. First and last time ordering here, food arrived at the wrong time so it was cold when I got it. When I phoned the restaurant, I spoke to a very rude guy who said, "What do you want me to do about it? Reheat your food and return it." I've since requested a refund. I would be doing the same if my food looked like that. Food was terrible, poppadoms were stale, curries were watery and the rice was vile. Don't know how they're still in business with such bad food. Those poppadoms are absolutely burnt to a crisp, and what is that rice? Bad delivery by Just Eat. I am never eating McDonald's again because a Birmingham McDonald's worker has just sent me these photos of inside the kitchen and they are absolutely grim. Look at all of that. Look at all of that gunk on the floor. I'm sorry, that is so gross. What the bloody hell is that though? It looks like there's like pieces of scrap food there. I don't know what that is. Honestly, it gets worse and worse because there's blood there. There's human waste all over the toilet. There's mold in the fridge and the freezers. Look at all of that. I'm sorry, people are actually eating this food. It gets worse and worse because that oil definitely hasn't been changed in weeks. I genuinely cannot believe the state of this place because look at all the dishes that haven't been cleaned. These are where the actual burger patties go. And honestly, it gets worse and worse. Look at the grills as well. The state of that. That just should definitely not be black. It should be like brand spanking clean grey silver steel. They've also got all of the food just laid up here, which shouldn't be there. Honestly, it gets worse and worse now. I have no idea what this actually is. Now, it looks like salami. There's pieces of like patties there. Now, I didn't even know they did bloody salami. Is that even like McDonald's food? But it just gets worse and worse because that is like some kind of gunk. That is leftover food. I genuinely don't know what's worse. The grills, the floors, or the mold in the freezer where there's food, like fresh frozen food inside the freezers. It's safe to say I am never eating a McDonald's ever again, people. This is the filthiest McDonald's I have ever seen. An undercover McDonald's employee sent me this video and this is at a Birmingham branch and honestly it is absolutely gross. I genuinely cannot believe, look at all of that mold in there. That is from one of the sinks and oh my days, that is grim. Everything about this is so gross. There's stuff all over the floor. All of this stuff hasn't been washed up. These are where they put all the burgers and the fries and honestly look at all of that mold and stuff on that. I'm sorry, people are eating from these trays. That is definitely not right. They've just got so much stuff stacked up everywhere, but look at this sink in a minute because it is also absolutely grim. That is mold from the ice machine and oh my days, people are drinking from these machines. Genuinely, the hygiene levels of this place is absolutely non-existent. I don't understand why these McDonald's employees aren't cleaning up properly after themselves. I know a lot of branches are franchises, so the managers are different in every other place. However, this is definitely not allowed. In my personal opinion, I feel like there's got to be stricter measures in place to prevent this sort of stuff from happening again. Where is environmental health? Where is the Food Standards Agency? Because that is absolutely grim. It's almost like there's something like crawling out of that. I don't know if that's a bit of plastic or a bug, but whatever it is an absolute no-go. And it's safe to say I am never going to be eating at McDonald's ever again.
इश्क मजहब इश्क मेरी जात बन गई
अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूअर्स, मेरा नाम है मोहसिन और ऑनेक्स इंटरनेशनल के प्लेटफॉर्म से मैं लेकर आ गया हूं आपके लिए एक कनाल का घर बैरिया टाउन की प्राइम लोकेशन के ऊपर। आप ये देख सकते हैं मेरे पीछे एक बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त किस्म की मॉडर्न एलिवेशन है जो कि 50 बाय 90 के प्लॉट के ऊपर बनाया गया है।
तू तो बदला नहीं है, मौसम जरा सा रूठा हुआ है। तेरे संग लागे बांधे जो पीपल पे धागे, इस सुरमे के धारे बहते हैं नजरे बचा के।
भाईजान, ये है आपका ड्रीम होम और ये ड्रीम होम इसलिए है क्योंकि ये आपको मिल रहा है 5 साल की इंस्टॉलमेंट पे ये खूबसूरत तरीन हाउस जिसकी डाउन पेमेंट है। दिखाऊं क्या लग्जरियस किस्म का आपका यहाँ पे डाइनिंग स्पेस मिल जाती है, लिविंग स्पेस मिल जाती है, ज़बरदस्त किस्म का आपको यहाँ पे इसका किचन मिल जाता है और यहाँ मिल जाता है इसका एक बेडरूम और 2 बेडरूम। इसके ऊपर 3 बेडरूम हाउस है। 5 साल की इंस्टॉलमेंट्स है। 4 इयर्स के अंदर आपको इसकी पोजीशन मिल जाएगी। घर के अंदर रहें, आराम से इंस्टॉलमेंट्स पे करें और अपनी ज़िंदगी को सुकून में ले आएँ। लोकेशन है इस्लामाबाद।
সুইমিং পুল, জিম, গার্ডেন, ঢাকার সবচাইতে আধুনিক একটি ফ্ল্যাট, ঢাকার সবচেয়ে বড় ৮,০০০ স্কয়ার।
Now, you may be wondering why all the rubbish in the garden. But you have to remember, you have to think like a bummy. If you put the rubbish in the garden, no one else can come by and put rubbish in the garden.
Hey guys, just taking a viewing on Reynolds Road, I think, in B21, Handsworth. Not normally an area I'd look in, but it's a 3-bed. It's priced okay. The mattress belongs to this house, so that's really good. I thought it actually belongs to the neighbour. The neighbours around here seem actually pretty decent. There's a drive.
Obviously, we seen them in the cupboard, this cupboard, that's when I first noticed them. So I put all bleach and stuff in there. And then on the next day, when I braved myself to go into my drawer, I've opened this drawer here. I will not open my drawers again. And there was one in there and it scurried. Obviously, it's obviously gone under this drawer. On the Friday, I usually leave my mop bucket and that in here. And on the Friday, there was 2 dead rats in there. Since then, though, I've not had any more dead ones. But like I say, you can actually hear them of a night time. Which, oh yeah, and behind the microwave, my daughter, because she's like a night owl, and she comes to get a drink, and she's seen one in the gap here in the microwave. And I know that they've been climbing on the sides because I've had rat droppings and rat wear.